Okay, so let's start with the today's newspaper analysis. Can you all see the newspaper on your screen? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
And so there are some advertisements from the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology related to the cyber frauds. So internet ke safety ke liye what you can do. That's what all information is given, that you should not click on such type of links, that where you get the links like you have won the lottery, etc. Because it might, it might lead to fetching some of your personal data, or it may lead to a fraud. Chaliye, now let's move on to the today's newspaper. Even single unmarried women have the right to safe and legal abortion. That's what the Supreme Court has ruled. So a single woman and unmarried woman, they have the right to safe and legal abortion. So all women get right to end pregnancy up to 24 weeks. So within 24 weeks, the pregnancy can be, ended. That's what is mentioned here. So distinction between the married and single is not constitutionally sustainable. मतलब married और single इनके बीच में distinction करना जो constitutionally sustainable नहीं है. That's what the Supreme Court has ruled out. So in a significant ruling on reproductive rights, the Supreme Court Thursday extended the right to safe and legal abortion up to 24 weeks of pregnancy to unmarried and single women, saying it is the right to every woman to make reproductive choices without undue interference from the state. The state cannot interfere whether they need to continue with the pregnancy or they cannot. So that is what is mentioned here. So please read this whole article, because such type of landmark judgment of the Supreme Court of India, ये आपको देखना है. इस साल की मेंस एग्जाम में एक सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजमेंट को लेकर एक क्वेश्चन आया था, that how the Supreme Court was acting as a environmental activist. मतलब किस तरीके से सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एनवायरमेंट को लेकर अलग अलग कानून को लेकर किस तरीके से एनवायरमेंटल एक्टिविस्ट की तरह काम किया था, वो इस साल के मेंस एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था. तो दिस इज वन सच लैंडमार्क जजमेंट वेयर the unmarried women and the single women have also been given a right to end their pregnancy. Supreme Court moves the needle on marital rape debate. क्या marital rape मतलब even after the marriage, अगर if someone is forcefully having the physical or sexual relations with their wives, can it be considered as a marital rape? ऐसे इसमें सुप्रीम कोर्ट डिस्कस कर रहा है. The Supreme Court moves the needle on the marital rape debate, and it says that if for MTP purpose, it is a rape. So that is what is mentioned here. By including marital rape survivors under the definition of the sexual assault survivors who are eligible to terminate pregnancies beyond the 20-week deadline in the law, the Supreme Court has moved the needle on the marital rape debate. So married women may also form part of class of survivors of the sexual assault or rape. A woman may become pregnant as a result of non-consensual sexual intercourse performed by both husband and wife. That is what is mentioned here. Now, anyways, now let's move on to the next page. Government defers the 6th airbag rule by a year, cites supply chain hurdles. As we have seen that recently, after the Cyrus Mistri's death after an accident, the Union Road and Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari declared that now they will make compulsory 6 airbags in a car. So this decision, which the government has deferred it by 1 year. Defer मतलब उसको 1 साल के लिए बढ़ाया गया है. The reason that there is a supply chain hurdle, मतलब एयरबैग का सप्लाई ही इंडिया में बहुत कम है. So अब 6 एयरबैग जब कार में लगाया जाएगा, so of course the cost of the driving will increase. the cost of the car will increase. But anyways, it will be more safer. That is what is mentioned here. So the manufacturer of the small cars in the rupees 3 to 7 lakh range have flagged that more airbags will lift the cost to unsustainable level. A frontal airbag in an entry car cost between rupees 5,000 to rupees 10,000, and side and curtain airbags could cost more than double that amount. Although mass manufacturing can bring the down unit cost, तो mass manufacture अगर किया जा सकता है तो शायद उसकी कीमत कम हो जाएगी. So this is one of the reasons that why the airbags are not put up into the small end list. Now next article is related to the cheetahs which have been sent in India. So work to set up enclosures for 12 cheetahs from South Africa begins in Kuno. So 12 चीता को कुनो नेशनल पार्क में एनक्लोज करने की प्रक्रिया को शुरुआत की गई. Now let's move to the next page. Disengagement in Ladakh will promote the peace at border. That's what China military has said. So India और China के बीच में border dispute है. In mains class, we will be discussing India-China bilateral relationship. One of the important, the dispute between India and China is India and China is the border between India and China. That is what is mentioned here. Now, last article is about southwest monsoon. This season brings below normal rainfall in 6 states. So, in India, as we all know, that the southwest monsoon has brought the below normal rainfall. The normal rainfall से कम बारिश हो गई है. So receding monsoon leaves Delhi feeling a little dry. तो अभी नॉर्थ ईस्ट मानसून शुरू हो गया. There is a retreat of the monsoon. In basics of Indian geography class, I'll explain you the various phases of the Indian monsoon. That is arrival of the monsoon, break in monsoon, and retreat of monsoon. So अभी normally in the middle of September, the retreat of the monsoon begins. So now this is almost 30th of September. The retreat of the monsoon has started. तो जैसे जैसे monsoon retreat होता है वैसे वैसे बारिश कम होती जाती है. That is what is explained here. So the retreat of the monsoon is leaving Delhi little dry. So jungle safaris in Aravalli will be largest outside Africa. So normally जो jungle safari होता है, that is in the safari tourism, that is in African countries, in the countries where we have the savanna grassland. Geography में हम देखेंगे world geography में. In world geography, in Africa we have a savanna grassland type of the climate. तो इंडिया के भी कुछ हिस्सों में savanna grassland type of climate है. तो वहां पर अफ्रीका में जैसे सफारी टूरिज्म होता है वैसे इंडिया में भी टूरिज्म को इनकरेज किया जा सकता है. तो हरियाणा चीफ मिनिस्टर खट्टर सेज दैट द जंगल सफारी इन अरावली माउंटेन रेंजेस will be the largest outside Africa. Anyone remember Aravalli mountain range is known for what? किसी को याद है? मैंने वर्ल्ड ज्योग्राफी के क्लास में एक्सप्लेन किया था. So we are, do you remember? Aravalli mountain ranges are known for what? Yes, सोबिया, आपको याद है अरावली माउंटेन रेंज के बारे में मैंने क्या बताया था?
Yes, sir. Aravalli mountain ranges are one of the oldest mountain ranges in India.
Oldest fold mountain ranges. Hello.
Yes, sir.
They are one of the old fold mountain ranges. That we have discussed already that three orogeny have been happened in the on the surface of the earth. So Aravalli mountain range was the result of the first orogenesis. So वहां पर जो जंगल है उस जंगल में क्या हो सकता है, अफ्रीका से भी बड़ा सफारी टूरिज्म हो सकता है. That's what is mentioned here. Now let's move to the next page. Now all are remaining are the political news. You can read it by yourself. Now let's move to today's. Yes, IS officer paid crores in cash to build husband's hospitals and launder money. That's what ED had said. We have seen recently there was one, IS officer who has been arrested by the government. Puja Singhal arrives to get admitted to hospital at Ranchi. So her husband's hospital has been built by money laundering. तो हमने देखा है there are various ways through which the people try to convert the black money into white money. Black money मतलब the money which has been earned in corrupt way or those money which have been on which the tax has not been paid. तो उसी से related यहाँ पर लिखा हुआ है कि how an IS officer has used crores of money for laundering the money. So just read this whole article. In GS paper 3, there is one topic called money laundering and prevention of money laundering. तो उस टॉपिक के लिए आपके लिए ये यूजफुल होगा. Okay, now there is today's editorial is related to the Supreme Court's judgment in recognizing the every woman, married and single, as arbiter of her own body. Supreme Court's abortion judgment is a momentous. So it is a big step forward. That's what the editor feels. So just read this whole article to understand that why recognizing the right of women to terminate the pregnancy is a big step for empowerment of women's rights. That is what is explained here. तो हो सकता है in mains exam question can be asked by the UPSC related to this particular judgment given by the Supreme Court of India. MTP Act, that is called Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act. So there were some amendment made in that, and Supreme Court has also allowed it. Now next is the CDS mandate, Chief of Defence Staff. तो Chief of Defence Staff की डेथ हो गई थी, उसके बाद न्यू Chief of Defence Staff has been appointed. तो ये Chief of Defence Staff पोस्ट क्यों बनाया गया है और उसका मैंडेट क्या है? That is what is explained here. Lieutenant General Chauhan will need to build on his predecessor's plan for modernization of Indian forces and hit the ground running. तो इंडियन आर्मी जो है या इंडिया के जो भी सारे फोर्सेस हैं, आर्मी, नेवी एंड एयरफोर्स, इन सभी को मॉडर्नाइज करने का जो प्लान था, जो जनरल रावत ने शुरू किया था, उसे कंटिन्यू करने की जरूरत है. That's what is mentioned here. So just read this whole article to understand that now the appointment of the Lieutenant General Anil Chauhan retired as the new Chief of the Defence Staff ends the 9-month-long vacancy in the most senior office of the Indian military. So what are the challenges in front of the new Chief of Defence Staff with respect to modernization of the Indian forces? That is what is explained here. और करना क्यों जरूरी है वो भी explain किया गया. Yes, Arjun Subramaniam has also written the same article on the new chief's task. New CDS must build a bridge between a government in a hurry and an organization resistant to change. So what are the challenges in front of the Indian Army, Indian Air Force, Indian Navy? दैट इज व्हाट इज एक्सप्लेन्ड हियर। तो इंडिया के फोर्सेस के सामने क्या क्या चैलेंजेस हैं, क्या क्या इश्यूज हैं और उसको कैसे सॉल्व करना चाहिए, दैट आर्टिकल इज बीन रिटन हियर। सो जीएस पेपर 3 टॉपिक वेरियस सिक्योरिटी एजेंसीज। Aditi Narayan and Shahla Tabassum has written an article on hijab. In a patriarchal society, the question remains, does wearing hijab indicate free will? So, the well on choice. क्या लोगों को हिजाब के लिए चॉइस होना चाहिए, नहीं होना चाहिए? That is what is explained. So, just read this article to create your opinion on this social issue. Nithayan has written an article that women moving to urban centers often end up without agency. With every incident of violence against them, there is a fresh wave of anxiety. So, हमने देखा था कि recently there was one girl called Ankita Bhandari was killed in Uttarakhand. So she came from rural area and urban area in search of job. She joined a job, but after joining a job, she was killed. So women who are moving to urban areas, they often end up without agency. That is what she. So it is a kind of jolt to their dream. So just read this article to understand that how that such type of with such every incident of the violence against them, there is a fresh way of anxiety. But so अभी ऐसे होने के बाद में, then of course the parents will not send their girl child to the urban areas or to cities for doing their jobs. So read this whole article, GS paper 1 में suicide organization, तो यहाँ पर समझ में आ जाएगा. The next article is about navigating the headwinds. Macroeconomic environment calls for flexible currency movement. तो ये currency को लेकर article है. Foreign exchange management is the topics of basics of Indian economic class. वो होने के बाद में शायद आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. और those who already know that what is foreign exchange management, how it is done, you can read this article to understand that why we need to have a flexible currency movement in India. Now let's move on to the next page. So lowering the target, government to borrow 5.92 lakh crore in financial year 2023 second half. तो government कैसे करेगा? Government will be borrowing 5.92 lakh crore. In today's class, I will be discussing the fiscal policy. तो fiscal policy में government जो borrow करता है पैसे, उसको लेकर explanation में बताऊंगा. तो अभी समझ में आ जाएगा आपका कि the target of borrowing was 14.21 lakh crore. इस साल के जो गवर्नमेंट बजट था उसमें गवर्नमेंट टारगेट वाज 14.21 लाख करोड़ टू बोरो, बट नाउ दे हैव लोवर्ड द टारगेट. दे विल बोरो ओनली 5.92 लाख करोड़. दैट इज व्हाट इज मेंशन्ड हियर. सो व्हाई they have lowered their target, that is what is explained here. So just read it out. Anyone remember गवर्नमेंट जो बोरो करता है वो कैसे बोरो करता है? यस मिस्टर.
Sir, by issuing sir government securities and bond or sir.
Right. आपको कुछ डाउट है मुस्तफा?
नहीं, मुझे पूछना था कि सर अगर गवर्नमेंट ने टारगेट रखा था 14,21,000 करोड़ रुपए बोरो करने का, मतलब अभी गवर्नमेंट को सिर्फ 5,92,000 करोड़ रुपए बोरो करना है. तो इसका मतलब सर हमारा जीएसटी कलेक्शन अच्छा हुआ है सर पिछले कुछ इस साल फाइनेंशियल ईयर में सर.
यस. तो रेवेन्यू जो कलेक्शन है, चाहे वो जीएसटी से हो या ओवरऑल टोटल रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन है, वो अच्छा हो गया होगा. शायद इसी वजह से गवर्नमेंट को बोरो करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ रही है. इसमें एक्सप्लेन किया होगा, इसमें एक्सप्लेन इन दिस आर्टिकल मुस्तफा, दैट व्हाई द गवर्नमेंट हैज लोवर्ड द टारगेट ऑफ बोरोइंग. रीड द होल आर्टिकल. यहाँ पर वही लिखा है दैट व्हाइल टोटल गुड्स एंड सर्विस टैक्स कलेक्शन आर एवरेजिंग अराउंड 1.49 लाख करोड़, 1.40, लाइक मैंने बताया था कि पहले 1 लाख के आसपास हो रहा था. नाउ 1,49 करोड़ टैक्स कलेक्शन इज देयर. बट ये जो 1,49 करोड़ जो टैक्स कलेक्शन जो हुआ है, इज इट बिकॉज द जीडीपी इंक्रीज और इज इट बिकॉज द इन्फ्लेशन?
सर इन्फ्लेशन.
because of inflation, which I've explained.
Yes, sir.
Now let's move to the next page. CAD, that is current account deficit, widens by 2.8%. ये current account deficit क्या होता है? That I'll explain you in the basics of Indian economic class. Maybe शायद tomorrow I will be taking the foreign exchange management topic, तो वहाँ शायद आपको ये समझ में आ जाएगा. बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट टॉपिक में ये आता है करंट अकाउंट डेफिसिट. तो अभी इंडिया का वो बढ़ गया है. So अगर increasing or widening the current account deficit is good for economy or it's bad for economy? चलिए, इंटरेस्ट रेट्स ऑन स्मॉल सेविंग स्कीम हैज इंक्रीज. स्मॉल सेविंग स्कीम पे जो इंटरेस्ट है वो गवर्नमेंट ने बढ़ाया है. रेपो रेट जब बढ़ता है तो उससे इंटरेस्ट रेट भी बढ़ जाता है. तो रीड दिस होल आर्टिकल. शायद अभी जितना भी मैंने बेसिक्स ऑफ इंडियन बैंकिंग सेक्टर पढ़ाया है आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि ये पूरी चीजें क्या हो रही है इंडिया में. Fine. So this is all there in the today's newspaper. We will stop it here now. We'll continue in the evening for the basics of Indian economic class as per our regular schedule. So today I will be discussing the fiscal policy topic, where we will discuss the borrowing part of the